How do I get my company's data into OrgPlus? OrgPlus RealTime Express is a file-based application. One of the key elements of OrgPlus RealTime is the data source. When we refer to the data source, we are referring to an Excel spreadsheet that's uploaded into the application. OrgPlus RealTime Express pulls fields from the spreadsheet to create the org chart. If you're like many first-time users, you probably want to import your company's information into OrgPlus RealTime to build your org chart. This requires updating the data source. You can download the spreadsheet of the sample data and then use that file as a template when you're ready to create your own org chart. To download this data source, click the administration section of the application. From there, click the Download Employee Data icon. This will trigger a download of the employee data as an Excel file. Open the Excel file and examine the data to get an idea of how it's structured. I'd like to take a minute to focus on the Person ID and Supervisor ID. These fields determine the hierarchy of your organizational chart. The Person ID is a unique identifier of each employee in the organization. The Supervisor ID determines the reporting structure. For example, Jill is the CEO of the company, so she won't have a Supervisor ID. Jill's Person ID is 1. Everyone who reports to Jill will have a Supervisor ID of 1. Now we're going to make some minor changes to the data, save the file, and import those changes into OrgPlus RealTime. Let's first take a look at our sample organization and see what we want to change in the data source to update our chart. In this example, Nancy Reed is the Vice President of Human Resources. We are going to edit this portion of the chart and change this position to Elaine Smith. Also, let's change the reporting structure to have HR report to Tad Henderson. Looking at the data source in Excel, we are going to select Nancy Reed and edit this cell to change the name to Elaine Smith. We will need to change Elaine's Supervisor ID to Tad's number, which is 4, because we want HR to now report to Tad. Now that I've made these changes to the data, I'm going to save it and update my chart in OrgPlus RealTime. In OrgPlus RealTime, I'm going to click the Administration section, then I'm going to click the Data Source to update my employee data. Click Browse, find the edited data source, and choose Open, and click Save. OrgPlus RealTime will take a few moments to update. Once that's complete, navigate to the workspace to view your changes. As you can see, Nancy Reed has been changed to Elaine Smith, and the HR department now reports to Tad Henderson. You can use this file as a template to update your company's information. Not all the columns have to be filled with data. For example, if you do not want to use work extensions or office location, you can simply leave those fields blank. However, it is recommended that you do not change the column headers.